All right, so what is really going on with the price action of Bitcoin? Okay, so let's really find out what is going on. So as you can see, we have the Bitcoin price on the daily time frame here on this chart. All right, so right now you can see that we have this movement in the price action of Bitcoin, and we have a breakout, a breakdown from this particular point here. You can see this point was serving as a very strong support for the Bitcoin price here, but eventually Bitcoin price broke past through the support, and then right now we are trading below this particular horizontal level that we have here. Now this particular point that serve as a support will now serve as a resistance for the Bitcoin price. We can see it serve as a very strong resistance for the Bitcoin price. We have a pullback here, it serve here, we have a pullback in this particular place again, we have a pullback, but eventually you can see the Bitcoin price broke past through this horizontal support that we have here, and then we are seeing this movement. But right now something crazy is going on in the price action of Bitcoin. If you can see, you can see right now that the price of Bitcoin eventually is having this pullback right now, and then where eventually we're going to have this pullback too. You can see this rising trend line here that we have. You can see the Bitcoin price has been respecting this particular rising trend line that we have here. You can see when we get to this point here, we have this impulsive movement. At this particular point here, we have this impulsive movement, and at this point here as well, we have this impulsive movement, and eventually you can see when we broke past through this particular horizontal line. What does this really mean? You can see the Bitcoin price on this particular point here actually formed a tree valley and a river pattern. Okay, so what that really means is that all the action we have here, the AB action, will be equals to the CD. That means the total movement we have from this point here A to this B here will be equal to the total movement we have from C to D. All right, so if you want to know the price target right now, we're just going to do it like this and take it down from here, from this A to B, and then eventually you take it and then put it at this breakout point here from this C. You can see the Bitcoin price have not gotten to the original target of $40,000 range, $40,000 to $41,000 range. But right now we are seeing a pullback. So most definitely we're going to see the Bitcoin price goes to the $40,000 range. Okay, so why am I so sure about that? I'm going to give you guys my reasons why I believe the Bitcoin price will definitely get to the $40,000 range. Okay, but right now we are seeing a pullback, a temporary pullback for the price action of Bitcoin. Now this pullback, is it a healthy pullback for the price action of Bitcoin? Most definitely yes. But as you can see, if I zoom this out very well, you will see that the Bitcoin price is experiencing this pullback. All right, so most definitely we're going to find support at this rising trend line that we have here, and this rising trend line is sitting around $33,000 to $34,000 range for the Bitcoin price. So this movement that is coming down for the Bitcoin price, expect it to move further downwards to the $33,000 to $34,000 range, because most definitely this rising trend line is going to serve as a strong support for the Bitcoin price. But why am I so sure about that? Now let's go to this second chart. You can see what is going on here. You can see the Bitcoin price is in this ascending channel. It has been respecting it, and you can see we have this pullback here, and then we have this upward movement in the price action of Bitcoin. And most definitely you can see the Bitcoin price just retest this rising trend line, this the bottom line of this ascending broadening wedge. Okay, but right now if the Bitcoin price manages to broke below this trend line that we have here, so most definitely you can see this is a very strong support for the Bitcoin price. But eventually if the Bitcoin price broke past through this particular level that we have here, we're going to see the Bitcoin price come down to this $33,000 in this rising trend line that we have here, that is sitting around $33,000 to $34,000 range. Okay, so if you want to know the price target of this particular movement, all you're going to do is you take the movement, you take the movement from this upward point here down to this place here. All right, you take it. All right, as you can see this is still around $33,000 to $34,000 range. Okay, so expect the Bitcoin price to come down to this particular point if the Bitcoin price broke past through this particular support that we have here. All right, but if you take a look at this chart, this is a very interesting chart for the Bitcoin price. Okay, the Bitcoin price, there's something absolutely going on for the Bitcoin price right now. I want you guys to take a look. I'm gonna go back to 2020, 2021, 2022. Then we're going to observe something together. Okay, the Bitcoin price have done something in all this year that it hasn't done in 2023. So most definitely we're going to experience it. So let's go back in time and see whether the Bitcoin price is absolutely following this particular indicator that I have here. All right, so this is the Bitcoin price on the 4-hour time frame. Now let's go back to 2020, 2021 and 2022 and see how the Bitcoin price behave on this particular level. So let's go back. All right, I'm moving the chart back to 2020, 2021. Bitcoin price have not really missed what I'm about to show you guys. So let me just go back. Okay, let me go back. So this is 2022. I just want to go back to 2020 or 2021, and then so we can see that it's not just a guess. All right. Okay, so this is 2021. I think 2021 is still okay, but if you move it back to 2020, 2019, it still remain the same. Now, what am I talking about? Now, this is the Bitcoin price on the 4-hour time frame, and what we have here is the CPRO indicator for the Bitcoin price. Now, if you take a look at this, the Bitcoin price have not gone past through this CPRO line without touching it. There has never been a day, just one single time, the Bitcoin price in history have not come down, either come down to retest the CPRO line or goes back up to retest the CPRO line. It doesn't miss it, guys. The Bitcoin price doesn't miss this CPRO line. What am I talking about? So this is the CPRO line I'm talking about. All right. Okay, this is the CPRO line. This blue line here is the CPRO line. As you can see, there has never been a day or a time the Bitcoin price have not touched the CPRO line. Back from 2020, 2021, you can see the Bitcoin price always touch this CPRO line. You can see there has never been a day. Let me be going front. All right. It always respects it. There's never been any time it hasn't touched it. You can see the Bitcoin price always either come back up or goes down to retest this CPRO line. So now this CPRO line I'm talking about, you can see the Bitcoin price have not gone without touching it. Okay, I can't like really stress it enough. So let me go back to the 4-hour time frame back, so you guys will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about now. So as you can see, the Bitcoin price, you can see all since 2020, 2021. I'm talking about all through the years, the Bitcoin price respects this CPRO line that we have here. You can see the CPRO line is this blue line that we have here. The Bitcoin price always respects it. All right. It always respects, it always come down to touch it. It always come down to touch it, whether we like it or not. But right now, as you can see, the Bitcoin price here, in this particular case, let me zoom it so you guys will be able to see. All right, you can see the Bitcoin price has not touched this CPRO line. So what does that tell you? Most definitely, we're going to come back to retest this CPRO line that we have here. And this CPRO line is sitting around $33,000 range. So most definitely, whether we like it or not, expect the Bitcoin price to come down to $33,000 range. This is fact. This is just how it is in the chart. It's not an assumption. It's not whether. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Most definitely, the Bitcoin price is going to come down back to retest this CPRO line that we have here that is sitting around $33,000. I just went back from 2020 to show you guys 2021, 2022. It never misses it. Now this is 2023. You can see on this particular point, it hasn't touched it. So most definitely, whether we like it or not, even if we see some price action coming like this, most definitely to come down and test this CPRO line that we have here. It's going to retest this $33,000 level. All right, so expect the Bitcoin price to come down to this range. Now, but is this the end for the Bitcoin price? Once the Bitcoin price gets to this $33,000, what is going to happen next for the Bitcoin price? Are we going to move to the downside or are we going to move to the upside? So you want to find out in this particular chart that I have here. Now, the Bitcoin price is coming down and this is still that rising trend line that I'm talking about. You can see most definitely if the Bitcoin price want to move down to this rising trend line, we're gonna still come down to respect this rising trend line that I have here. This rising trend line is sitting around same $33,000 range for the Bitcoin. So this is another confirmation for you to know the Bitcoin price will most definitely come to this $33,000 range. All right, but once we get to this point, what's going to be next for the Bitcoin price? Now, if you take a look at this, this is absolutely another proof to tell you guys what is the Bitcoin price at the immediate long term, okay, where the Bitcoin price is definitely going from here. Now, if you go back in time in 2017, you can see after 364 days of downward movement for the Bitcoin price, what happened? We saw this upward movement, and this upward movement moved the Bitcoin price to at least this 0.5 and 0.6 fib extension level after 364 days of downward movement. The same thing happened in 2021. This is 2021 to 2022. We have another downtrend for another 364 days, and after these 364 days, you can see here, after 364 days, the price at least moved back up to retest this 0.5 and 0.6 fib extension level. So now in this case, the same thing happened here, 364 days of downward movement, and the Bitcoin price is still moving. Okay, in our case, we have not touched the 0.5 and 0.6 fib extension level. As you can see, the Bitcoin price have not touched it, and this fib extension level I'm talking about is sitting around $40,000 for the Bitcoin price. Okay, this is it. This particular point here is sitting around $40,000 to $42,000 range for the Bitcoin price. All right, this is it, 40,000, while this 0.5 fib extension is sitting around $46,000 for the Bitcoin price. So most definitely, even if we have a temporary pullback for the Bitcoin price, expect the Bitcoin price, despite the pullback that we are having, even if we get to the $33,000 range before the month will end, the Bitcoin price will most definitely get to this $40,000 range for the Bitcoin price. All right, excuse me. So for the immediate short term, expect the Bitcoin price to go to $33,000, and for the long term, expect the Bitcoin price, no, let me say for mid long term, expect the Bitcoin price to get to the $40,000 to $42,000 range, as we've seen proven facts that I've shown to you guys in the chat. So if you really enjoy my work, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up to support this channel. So without further ado, I'm going to catch you guys in my next video. As always, peace.